Hey guys, Bob here, and today this video is going to be totally about my thoughts about the DJI Avata. Everybody does these videos, but you know what? If you looked at my channel, you'll see I have flown the hell out of this DJI Avata over the last like 9 months since I've had it, and I love this thing. I'm going to tell you what I love about it, a couple things I'd like to see changed or improved upon, lessons learned, all of that. I'm just going to run through it off the cuff. I'm not a pro FPV pilot, just your average guy who likes to fly drones, who wanted to get an FPV. That is why I bought the DJI Avata. All right, so let's get into it. First thing is the things I love about the DJI Avata. Starting off is accessibility. So if you've never done FPV, this is a great way to get into it because once you get all the gear, and I still fly with the motion controller. I got the motion controller too. I got the goggles too. You get all the gear, you get set up. It is so easy to fly an FPV with this if you have no experience, especially with the motion controller. I've had people fly this thing, never flown a drone in their life, and they loved it, and they flew it. No issues, no crashes, nothing. So accessibility is a big factor. The next is like portability. I throw this thing in just a regular little small backpack. I got like 5 batteries. The goggles too, the motion controller, the drone, throw it in there, off I go. I pack it with me on trips, throw it on my bike. So portability, it's outstanding. Next is like durability, okay? So I've crashed this thing just like everybody else, but because it's a Cinewhoop with these protective guards here, you can replace all of these parts basically if they crash, they get broken. Super tough. And in fact, now, I've got the insurance on this, or whatever it's called, I forgot the damn name, but I've got that on this. I think I can get like 2-3 more of these now, drones, free replaced. Sometimes I think I fly like a crazy man because I think, well, you know what? It's time to crash this thing. It's time to lose it so I can get a new one, but I never do. So that's a problem, and it's also a good thing, though. Okay, so we got accessibility, durability. Let's talk about fun factor and kind of like what can this drone be used for? And this is what I love about this drone. Before this, I had the Air Mavic 2, right, which was a great drone, but it was limited kind of what it can do. This drone, I feel like I can do everything almost, right? Like I can go do a cinematic flight, get some good 4K footage, real smooth like butter. You know, I can do a little faster, hit some like smaller gaps. I can do some orbits. You could kind of do a whole bunch of stuff. Does it do one thing the best than some of the other drones? Maybe not. But it's kind of the jack of all trades. You can get out there and do all this different stuff. For me, fun factor of this drone compared to my other drone is a 10 plus. I get set up quick, throw the goggles on, throw this on. It's so immersive. Ton of fun. Okay, let's talk about some accessories I've bought and things I've learned. Okay, so first off, let's talk about the props, okay? You'll see these are the stock props for the DJI Avata, but I did replace these with some red props, and I can't remember the name of the company, but they're probably all the same, maybe. They're one of the more popular brands out there, and I can't remember the name. But I used those for a while. They're pretty cool. Supposedly supposed to be quieter and a little faster. And I flew it, it definitely felt different, maybe a little faster. I definitely don't think it was quieter. In fact, I think it was louder. The pitch was louder or something compared to the stock props. But what I did find is I felt those props, the flight wasn't as smooth. And I don't know if because the blades are harder and it was only 4 props. I'm not sure. I'm not an expert at that. So if you know, you can tell me. I went back to the original props, and to be honest, I love them. I think the flight is smoother than the other props I was using. Actually, I think it's quieter. I've been flying in my backyard. It's not that loud. So went back to the stock props. Okay, motion controller 1 and 2. I had the 1. They came out with the 2, which added this toggle up here for strafing left and right, up and down, also to go backwards here. I only got it because I thought, okay, maybe I might need those features. And they gave me a discount to get this one, right? Hold on, guys. I got to take a quick coffee sip here. Got to have your morning coffee. Okay, so got this. Is it significantly different? Not for me, because I use head tracking. So I don't even use this thumb button for left, right, up, and down. I don't even use it. You could. I really don't even use the reverse button to go backwards. But if you need that kind of cinematic shot, you can. So is it worth it? Yeah, I think so. If you get the discount, you can get it, or put it on your Christmas list. Yeah, so that's what I got for that. Headset. I use the goggles too. Now you'll see this red insert I bought here. I got this off Amazon. Here's my issue with the goggles. I love the clarity and all of that, but I'm older, so I do wear reading glasses like 2.0. The issue with the headset, which I wish they would fix, is when I put it on normal, some parts are in focus, some parts aren't. So like I can get the center in focus, the bottom numbers are not in focus. So then I have to like tilt it on my head. And I got this to try to help do that, where it tilts a little bit, puts it farther from my eyes. And so when I fly, I have to almost have this thing tilted upward so that I could see the middle, but also see the numbers on the bottom, the information on the bottom. So I wish they would fix it where you could wear this straight on and you actually could see all the information. I think that needs to be fixed. But the clarity of these goggles is ridiculous. I mean, hitting gaps and all that stuff, no issue with these goggles. Okay, so these antenna, you see, I got these, I can't even remember where I got them from. They're the LHCPs X-Air 5.8. Is there a huge difference? I don't know. I didn't do some scientific study. I've seen some videos about it. It looked like it, line of sight was better with these, so I got them. Haven't changed back. They work great. And one thing I will say, though, it definitely helps to be facing the drone, obviously, with antenna, and I'm guessing with originals too as well. But I really noticed with these, good distance, as long as you're facing where that drone is at, where it's flying. You get any obstacles between you and that drone, thick trees, rocks, whatever, you're probably going to lose signal. So do you need to get those? Probably not. But I've liked them. I've kept them on, so they've been great. So that's accessory-wise. I bought a bunch of batteries. 5 batteries I think I have. Always have them charged up. I think having a lot of batteries is awesome. What else? Got the landing pad like most people do. Now let's talk about features of flight. How I fly this drone that I've fallen in love with. Again, motion controller. I go back and forth between normal and sport mode. But where this really shines for me is the head tracking. And I know some of you have tried it, and you've tried the head tracking. It's like, and I tried this when I first tried the head tracking, made me sicker than a dog. Like I could not figure it out. Like I'm turning, my head was moving, totally discombobulated. It was crazy. So I stopped doing it. Then I'm going to try this again. I'm going to give it a little more time. I tried a little more, and finally when it clicked, there was no turning back. With the head tracking, right, when you turn it on and you master it, it gives you such an advantage, in my opinion, because what's happening is as you're flying, it almost feels like, so I'm flying this way, the drone, I can turn my head and kind of see what's coming, but still fly this way. It almost gives you like a preview of what the turn is going to be, if that makes any freaking sense. It also creates, I think, a better sense of motion. So obviously you can't do dives with the motion controller, right? Not really. But with the head tracking, if you look up like this, the camera sensation goes up. Same when you look down, it gives this sensation of the roller coaster ride can be achieved somewhat with the head tracking. With the head tracking off, you really can't do that. So what I would say to you is find some object in an open area and just, practice it a little bit. Keep practicing. At some point, it should click for you. And once it does, you'll always fly with head tracking on. Trust me. Okay, so I think, let's see. Let me think if I've missed anything. I think that's it. Overall, I haven't owned only one other drone. So I can only say this is the best drone I've owned. Will I get another one? I doubt it, to be honest, unless they come out with something like this. that's better. What I'd like to see better, though, one other thing I forgot to mention is I wish, like, it shouldn't be a penalty you fly with this thing, right? And I understand in manual mode, you can get up to 60 miles an hour. What I'd love is I have gotten so good with this thing, I don't feel like I'm an amateur with this thing. Like, I can hit gaps. I can hit anything except for dives and flips and all those things. I can do pretty good with this thing. What I love is they added a Sport Plus mode. So, in normal mode, you're 15 to 18 miles an hour, I think. Sport mode, up to 30 miles an hour. I'd love a Sport Plus mode where you can hit that. And let's say you get up to 45, 60 miles an hour, just like manual mode. I'm not sure why they can't unlock that. There's no reason you should not be able to fly at 60 with this thing. And if you suck at flying with it, don't do it. But if you feel comfortable, go for it. And maybe they're worried that it implies if you use this, you're a beginner, so that a beginner, if he goes 60, there's more crashes, which means more replacements for them. I don't know. But I'd love to see that. Anybody else want to hit 60, 45, 50, whatever with this? Put it in the comments below. All right, guys, long video, but I wanted to talk about all of that. I'm going to keep flying this thing, have fun with it, and who knows what the future holds when it comes to drones, but I'm definitely a drone nerd. Cheers, peace, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the comments, and have an awesome week.